The Junker Queen is here, and holy cow, she is busted. We're going to go over her quit real quick and my thoughts on each of her abilities, and I want you guys to let me know down below what you guys think as well. Starting off with the role, Junker Queen is indeed a tank. She may not look like your normal tank, big, bulky, a lot of armor, but man, she tanks in a different way. So you may be asking what makes Junker Queen such a tank, and that's because of her passive, Adrenaline Rush. Heal from all damage over time dealt by wounds. So she's not tanky in the sense of she has a lot of armor or a lot of shields or any protective abilities. It's the fact that the more damage she deals, the more she heals. Now going on from her ability, starting out with her scatter gun, it's just a pump action shotgun. That's all it is. Nothing too fancy. Now, by what I've seen previously in the Overwatch videos covering Junker Queen, this shotgun is supposedly have 6 shots. This could change during the beta or release, but as of right now, this pump shotgun has 6 shots. Moving on to the next ability, we have Jagged Blade. Now this has a passive ability where your quick melee is replaced by a Jagged Blade. Instead of her throwing a punch, she throws out her blade, inflicting wound damage to the enemies. I'll actually read it off real quick. Quick melee wounds enemies, dealing damage over time. You are going to notice the word wound a lot in this kit, mainly because that is the main purpose of her kit. The more she wounds you, the more she heals, making her a more tanky hero. Think of it as a life leech brawler. The more wounds she inflicts, the more she heals. Moving on to Jagged Blade's active. You can throw the blade and reactivate it, returns it. Think of it like Thor's hammer, or in this case, Hog's hook. When you throw the knife and it hits somebody, it sticks into them, dealing damage. You can bring them towards you by reactivating the ability. So press it once, she throws it. If it sticks into somebody, press it again and it comes back. Now, obviously, if you miss somebody, I'm sure you can bring it back as well, and it can deal damage on its way back, but I don't know if this is confirmed yet. Now, moving on, this one's pretty insane too, but this is Commanding Shout. Junker Queen increases her health by 200 and nearby allies by 100, plus she increases movement speed by 30%. Now, if this stacks with Lucio's speed boost, I'm not sure, but so far no one has said otherwise. So this could be an absolutely busted way of busting through a choke or just rushing the enemy. And by the background footage, you can see this has a pretty decent size range, almost I guess the size of Lucio's range, maybe a little bit more. And if your whole team is with you, everybody's health going up by 100 is not something to laugh about. Most DPS and supports, they usually hover around the 200 health mark plus, so that's almost half of their health, if not more. So think of someone like Tracer that has 150 health. That's 2/3 of her entire health pool just completely healed by that ability alone. Now, the next ability on this list is Carnage. She has a massive axe, so you swing your axe to wound all enemies in front of you, dealing damage over time. So I'm sure this thing has a giant hitbox, something similar to Reinhardt's hammer, I'm sure, but everybody that gets hit by it deals wound damage, and again, wound damage equals healing over time for yourself. And last but not least, this is the ultimate move, Rampage. She charges forward, wounds enemies, dealing damage over time and preventing them from being healed. And again, from the footage you can see in the background, it looks like this also has a very big hitbox, and this is going to be her main source of healing too. So you can kind of afford to jump in the middle of a team and do this much damage, knowing good and well you're going to get a lot of healing in return. But on top of that, they cannot heal at all. It says preventing them from being healed. So this is like a anti-nade or a anti-heal. So this is a big deal. Overall, I'm not a pro, so take this with a grain of salt, but the way I believe you should play Junker Queen is more or less the more aggressive you play, the more healing you're doing, the better job you are doing. The main way you're going to create space with Junker Queen is to basically rush into the enemy and just keep their attention. Make them have to focus you. They can't ignore you, so your other team can safely play at a distance or attack without a whole lot of pressure being on them, because most of the pressure is on you while you are just wreaking havoc on the enemy team. The more aggressive you are, the more you're going to get rewarded. Now, I also believe there is still going to be a learning curve. You can't just hop in there and just hope to goodness that you just do enough damage to heal yourself. You still got to play with your team. I'm sure the Adrenaline Rush isn't going to heal you just instantly, but the more people you attack at once and the more people you wound at once, the more it's going to be effective. So you can't really just take on maybe 1 or 2 people at a time. You kind of more or less have to take on the bulk of the team at once so that this can really make a big impact on your tank play. Overall, to be honest with you, I don't feel like she's going to be OP, but in the right hands or in someone that knows what they're doing, she is going to be absolutely busted, and you are just going to have to find a way to play around her. But again, I really want to hear you guys' thoughts down below. Please comment down below what you think about her, if you think she's a little bit overpowered, if you're going to main her, or if you want nothing to do with her. And please like this video. It helps a lot in the algorithm and gets the video out to more people. It helps the channel out tremendously, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, and peace out.